Good morning. My name is Mike Ugarte, and I'm a real estate agent right here in Pembroke Pines. And this morning, as we do every morning, we're going to go into the MLS and check out all the listings that came on the market today. This is raw. I don't prep beforehand, so you're going to see it the same time I do and see my raw reaction to it also. I like to say I do the research so you don't have to. And so in today's episode of First Look, which is Thursday, we're going to have a first look at these listings. There are 4 of them. But before we get to the listings, I just want to talk a little bit about Thursday because I was asked this the other day. What's the best day to put your home on the market? And today being Thursday, what day do you think it is? Hint, hint. Well, it's today. Thursday is the best day to go on the market. And why is that? And the reason is because everybody starts preparing for the weekend. All the buyers today start making plans on which houses they're going to go see this weekend. So today, so you can take advantage today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when most people are out. And when it goes online and it goes to from the MLS and it goes to Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, whatever site it goes on, it has this little tag called new listing. Now, this isn't scientific because I haven't been able to measure this, but what I've noticed by looking at these listings over and over again, as many as I do, is that tag usually stays on like 3 or 4 days before it goes away. So if you list on Monday, by the time Thursday rolls around or Friday, that tag is gone and your listing is not considered new anymore. So new listings get the most views. So this is why we say Thursday is the best day. And just so you know, I'm not making this up. There are studies that were done by Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and the consensus was that the best day to go on the market is Thursday for all the reasons that I mentioned. And the next best day, Wednesday. Now, if you have to go to the market on a separate day that's not Wednesday or Thursday because the house isn't ready or there aren't pictures, then by all means put it on the market. But if you can wait for a specific day, Thursday is the day. And regardless of when you put it on the market, remember you have to have a good listing launch process to make sure you get the most people to view it. You just don't drop it on the MLS and then pray and see what happens. That's not a strategy. You have to have a strategy and a process for it to launch on a Thursday, kind of like the movies do, right? They always premiere on a Friday. Well, for your house, Thursday is the day. And we're going to go into these listings right now without any, I don't want to take more time, but at the end, if you want to stick around, I will let you know how you can get information like this and other information on Pembroke Pines real estate for free. I'm not selling anything, but we'll do it at the end. Right now, let's go ahead and jump in and see what is available for sale today on Thursday, the best day to go on the market. And these 4 people picked the best day. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Our first home is 10611 Northwest 18th Place in Pembroke Pines. This is going to be most likely Pembroke Lakes. $705,000 is what they're asking for this home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,606 square foot home. Let's check out the remarks to see if there's anything we need to look for as we look through the pictures. It's got an updated kitchen with a sleek cabinetry, they say, stainless steel appliances, double wall oven. So if you like to cook or entertain, this could be the one, they say. Master suite includes an updated master bath. Oh, here's something important. Newer roof from 2019 and new AC from 2017. Those tend to be the 2 highest price ticket items to fix on any home, and it's really what everybody asks me about. How old's the roof? How old's the AC? Well, here you've got them. It's newer, within 5 years. So you've got a long time that you can have peace of mind with these. So that's important to know. All right, and there's no HOA. There's a lot is average 7,560 for the area. The home was built in 1973. Let's take a look at. Okay, I already like the curb appeal, the yard in the front, how they have everything done. It looks really good. It looks fresh, right? It looks like the paint is fresh. I don't know if they touched it up or painted it recently, but it does look really nice. That's a nice driveway. Some things I noticed here in the living area, you've got this wood floor, high ceilings. You've got the recessed lighting, which is good. And also notice what's missing. No popcorn ceiling. Homes in this era tend to have popcorn ceilings, and these were done, taken out. So good there. Um, you have tile in this bedroom. Okay, the living area, again, with the wood floors. The kitchen, there's a dining area right off the kitchen. Let's see, we can see the kitchen. Looks like we have, you could tell it's already updated. Here we go. Yeah, I like the white cabinets. I think it makes it look elegant. And the backsplash, I think these are cool. Again, just makes the area look elegant. Um, this looks like it's quartz. This looks like it could be quartz or a different stone. It's a dark stone. That's all it is. I can't tell from the pictures. You'll have to go look at it to see exactly what it is. But already, this is a great kitchen. Nice kitchen. And this is your washer and dryer right off the garage. Back to the kitchen. Yeah, nice kitchen. And you have this area that looks like it's near the family room or the old Florida room. We'll have to see what this is, what room this is exactly. But you've got a pool table right here, the little entertaining area. All right, so this is a 1972 home. When they're built back in those days, they used to have what's called a Florida room on the outside. And the Florida room is basically an enclosed porch. And it could be aluminum, it could be made of thin wood with screens, and then sometimes windows. It looks like what happened here, and here's a good giveaway if you guys are ever looking at a house. If you see this wall that I have the mouse in, from here to here, this is very thick. That tells me that's concrete block. And this is how exterior walls look at it. If you look at the interior wall, it's going to be half the size of this, a little bit less than half the size. So this was an exterior wall originally. This was the end of the original house. They added this roof here and then enclose it with more cement, cement block all around. And this room was enclosed. And they added the same wood floor throughout. So they took an outside area and made it the inside part of the house, added more square footage, makes the house bigger. A lot of homes from this area, you'll see this done. So this is great. They have this, and you still have an outdoor porch area here. Cool. So high ceilings is the other thing I noticed here on all the bedrooms and throughout the house, which is a perk. Here's your updated bathroom. Wow. This must be the one the kids use to wake them up in the morning so they can get ready for school. This is bright. Even with the lights off, this would be bright. Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's waking me up now. Okay. Aerial view of the yard. You see the pool and the outside area there. We have another bedroom. I like the floor is the wood floor goes throughout the whole house. It's uniform, makes it look bigger, feel bigger. And we have our outside space with this pergola roof and screened in. So this is what the old Florida rooms would look like. They enclosed part of it and then probably added this to it to get more space. Yeah. So here we go. And your pool, your fire pit, which in Florida you realistically can use maybe 2 days out of the year due to weather. Other than that, we use it just because. I have one, and I enjoy being out there, and I do it just because with the kids. I have a friend in Michigan, and they make fun of us for when we go out and the weather's only like 60 degrees, and we turn on the fire pit. But I'd rather be here. All right. Let's see where this house is at. So this is in Pembroke Lakes. And this is a Pembroke Lakes mall, the outdoor mall. A really good location. I mean, you're in the middle of everything. The Central Pines is what I call it. Pines goes from here all the way west. Oh, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, it goes from the turnpike right here all the way to here. And it's in between these two streets. That's Pembroke Pines, guys. Whoops. Actually, I lie. It goes from here. My mistake. It goes from here to Miramar Parkway, all the way west, and it goes here because it does this little thing here on this thing, so it comes out. So that's Pembroke Pines, and this house is right in the middle. All right, let's go to the next property. See what we have next. Hey, 55 plus Century Village. Know that building anywhere. $185,000, 13001 Southwest 15th Court, Unit 202, second floor. It's a one bedroom, 1.5 bath, 940 square feet. Is there anything in here that we should look at? No, they just talk about the amenities. Wash and dryer inside. There you go. Wash and dryer in the unit. That's huge. That's important. And the HOA is about $476 a month. This is in Ivanhoe, one of the buildings. Guys, just so you know, every building in Century Village has its own rules and regulations. It's its own condo association. So make sure if you are buying in Century Village, you check the rules and regulations and just thoroughly, because it's not going to be the same. Just because this has washer and dryer in the units and they allow it, the building right across the street may say no washer and dryer units, only laundry facilities. Some allow rentals, some don't. So depending on how you want to use the unit, right, for your lifestyle, make sure that what you want to do is allowed, because if not, you're stuck. So check out the condo rules, especially in a community like this where every building is different. So as we walk inside, we see tile floor throughout. No major upgrades to the bathrooms other than the lighting, but nothing. I mean, this is typical washer and dryer. This is typically what you're going to see in Century Village. This is pretty much average or typical. Kitchens had some updates. It's not original, but it's not brand new either. And again, very, very typical of what you're going to find in here. What you're not going to find is typical is this view. So this is this unit does have a nice water view, lake view. And they're pretty much rectangular in shape. This is a one bedroom. So, oh, look, floor plan. So this is how most of the units are going to be. Very rectangular. You have two bedrooms, may have a bedroom here and a bedroom here. But this is very typical of Century Village. And this unit is average, right? It's in average condition. It's what's typical there. What I did notice, let me see, we have more pictures. In the living areas, living rooms, a lot of them will have mirrors, because that was popular back in the 70s and in the 80s and 90s, whenever these were 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they're not popular anymore. So some people have taken them down, others have not. I see everything in Century Village. Just so you know, there's 5,000 units in here. So you're going to see a little bit of everything from original, think Brady Bunch, to, stuff from the 80s and 90s, to updated. Yesterday, for example, we saw one yesterday, completely updated. Like, it looked brand new on the inside. It was really, really well done. So if you want to see that, go check out yesterday's video, and you'll see the Century Village one in there that was completely updated. You can tell right away from looking at the pictures, and then my face and reaction, because that was a pretty nice surprise. So here we go, Century Village right here. Again, middle of Pembroke Pines. All right, so let's go to our next property. So this one is a 1400 Southwest 124th Terrace, 402Q. This is going to be Pembroke Pines. Pembroke Pines, but I mean Century Village. That's what I meant to say. By the unit number, I could tell $239,000, because it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So notice it's cost more than the one before because it's bigger. It's 1,100 square feet, and this is can't miss investment opportunity. So this allows rentals. It's probably another reason it's valued a little bit higher, is because there's a little bit more demand. Investors can buy, or somebody who wants to rent it out can buy it. But you still have to check the HOA docs. A lot of times in some buildings, I'm not saying this one, some buildings, they have a 1-year waiting period. But if you buy it with a tenant in place, once that tenant leaves, you've got to wait out your year. So if you bought it, let's say now in December, and that tenant leaves in March, you're not able to rent from March until January of the following year. So make sure you check the condo docs. Always check your condo docs. So this one has updates, totally remodeled with granite countertops, wood cabinets, stackable washer and dryer, good. Hurricane shutters, good. Screen balcony. No, these are plus. This has a lot. So HOA fee here is $513,000. And this is in a Cambridge building. This is one I would, if I'm looking in this area, I might want to check out. It's got a lot of amenities, a lot of updates. If you notice, I made the comment before, no mirrors, right? This one still has the mirrors. This is typically what you're going to see. 5,000 units, you're going to see everything in here. So people have taken them out, some people have left them. So you got your entryway with tile, and then it goes to that wood floor. Kitchen. This is an updated kitchen. Look at the difference compared to the one we just saw. Okay. Bathroom, no updates here. Nothing special. Mainly the kitchen. So you're getting a newer kitchen. And like they said, something that's not on here, it has shutters where we can't see it from the inside. None of these pictures show us, but the shutters are probably out here. Again, you want to check and make sure well, they count these as shutters. They are, but they're not real. I mean, they'll help some, but they're not the aluminum hurricane shutters. But these will do. This will help. They're older. They do work. As you can tell, it's not the best on the scale of the best to have. This is one of the lower ones, but it's better than nothing. Nothing is the worst. Okay, so a lot of the same pictures. We get it. Um, and this one being again in Century Village right here. So, all right, let's move on to our last property. This one is a single family home, 549,900 is what they're asking for this one, 201 Northwest 77th Way. This is going to be also east, probably east of University or right around there. And let's see what it says. Terrazzo floors. Ooh, we'll look at that, and I'll talk a little bit about that if you don't know what that is. It says updated kitchen with a great prep space for entertaining, backyard retreat with a pool, covered patio, mango trees. Nice. All right. No HOAs here. 9,537 square foot lot, which is a little bit on the bigger side for this area. And the home was built in 1967. Great. And it's typical. This is and where this is located. That's where you're going to see most of the homes were late 60s, early 70s, early Pembroke Pines, original Pembroke Pines. So you've got a nice big lot here, driveway, nice trees, palm trees. So here's your terrazzo floor. So this isn't tile or anything like that. This is kind of, think like cement, but if you're not familiar with it, terrazzo, it has these little grains in it, these little dots. And it was used back in this time period. They didn't use tile. They didn't, other than that was carpet or wood, but terrazzo was the thing because it was solid. It was like cement, and you can polish it, and it gets this nice bright shine. Um, when I grew up in my mom's house, that in Miami, that's what it had. We had terrazzo floors, I remember, and you got wood paneling. So this house, and you got the mirrors. So this house still maintains some of its original 1960s, 70s charm with the wood, the panel, and the mirrors. Um, but you've got this. They're easy to maintain, but you really have to like terrazzo floors. And it goes through. This is again a living area, right off the kitchen, little family room area. So the kitchen was redone, nicely done. Again, like I told you before, I like this white. I like the backsplash when it looks like that, like brickish. Makes it look elegant. So kitchen is updated. Paneling. I just keep thinking Brady Bunch in my head. That song keeps going over and over again. I see wood paneling. Oh, and you've got this here. This is old Chattahoochee. These are little rocks, little pebbles. They're kind of like glued together. Um, and it goes around the kitchen again. Um, very TBT, Throwback Thursday, right? Thursday. And here we go. Here's a floor plan. Cool. And walk in here, foyer, living room, kitchen, dining room, garage out here, another bonus room here. You got your bedrooms here, your porch, and your screened-in swimming pool. So this home you enter here on the side, and everything's here. Cool. Gives you a good idea of the layout of the house, and it's a corner house, which is a big plus. Again, it's an older style. But this is what they looked like back then, right? And it's got some of that on the interior. Here we go. I swear I didn't plan that. Um, Ceilings are a bit high, which is good, but it's got that charm, that old school charm, for those who like it. If you don't, you can change it. Now here you can tell there's an addition. I'm gonna tell. I've seen this a lot. This is the terrazzo floors, and here you can see there's some breakups. It looks like, and it looks like they opened this wall up. And as they tore up the wall, some of the terrazzo came up, and that is very typical. So this is probably an addition to the house. Somewhere in time they made this addition. Yeah, you can see it right here. This is probably completely enclosed, and they opened it up to this room. But other than that, I mean, it's a great home. If you don't like the floors, that's minor. I mean, you can just put your own. You can put tile, literally put tile on top of this floor. You can put luxury vinyl plank. You can put carpet. You can put wood. You can put anything on top of this floor. This is basically your floor, what they call the subfloor. It's like cement. You can put whatever you want on top of it, and then change it up. Change up the look of the house with the flooring. Okay, so it seems like, oh, here's our garage. I think we have a lot of the same one-car garage with your washer and dryer inside the garage. Cool. You got the green room. Wow. Now this is an original bathroom. So I would call this house vintage modern with a modern kitchen, but vintage touches throughout. Um, so this would be your vintage modern house. Interesting. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think about this house. There we go. These little tiles, your vintage modern house. It's got a good mix. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look like out of place. It doesn't look totally out of whack, um, to me. But these are minor fixes. These are cosmetic things you can do if you want to change it up. But the house overall, great house. As I say, good bones, good structure, and there's a lot you can do here and work with if you want to make it look different. Okay. Here's a little landscaping there. This looks like a shed. All right. So those are our 4 homes that came on the market today. Our Thursday specials, with one that was a little TBT with the vintage modern. Now let me know in the comments below which house, if you were going to buy a house in the next 3 months, which one would you want to look at first? Is it this one, this modern one? If you're over 55 plus, would it be one of these two? And if so, which one? Or would it be the first house? And as I promised earlier, again, this is free. I am not selling you anything. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But if you want more information, like what I talked about before, when is the best day to come on the market? Um, you know, I answer that question and many more, and really talk about everything that has to do with real estate in Pembroke Pines. It's a free newsletter that I have. It's called The Pembroke Pines Report, and you just have to go to www.thepembrokepines.report.com. You can see some of the articles there if you like it. If you want to receive that, a recap of all the articles that I post on a daily basis, if you want to receive that recap, you'll get it every Thursday at 2 p.m. in your inbox. All you have to do is subscribe to that newsletter, and it'll pop in your inbox and you can read it at your leisure. If at any time you don't like it, you can just unsubscribe. This is free. This is something I am publishing for us, for the residents of Pembroke Pines. You can join thousands of others that are reading it right now, if you want to. But it's something I am offering as a guide or as a service for everything having to do with real estate in Pembroke Pines. We talk about all the communities, what's good, what's bad about every community. You know, we talk about some of these listings that we're reviewing today. It's a little bit of everything. Go check it out and have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.